have you covered fast and professionally. Ed Crump has built a state-of-the-art heating and cooling showroom in the heart of our community. Stop by Quality Air Service, 8543 South Cottage Grove, or call 708-334-6715. Make sure to mention WVON.
Get ready, Chicago. The Rainbow Push Coalition invites you to the Back to School Block Party on Saturday, August 23rd from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 930 East 50th Street. Bring your family for a day of fun with bouncy houses, DJ performances, and a Divine Nine-Step Show. Enjoy our barbecue cookout, school supply giveaways, health resources, and panels on education and youth safety. The Back to School Block Party on Saturday, August 23rd at Rainbow Push Headquarters, 930 East 50th Street. Let's prepare our kids for a bright school year. Visit rainbowpush.org for details. Don't miss it.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, it's Brandon, Mr. Finance, the Millionaire Maker. Do you have good credit but just can't seem to make money stretch the way you need it to? Or you have some money but your credit is shaky? If an extra $3,000 a month could help you not worry about paying bills, start a business, retire with enough income to support your desired lifestyle, or create generational wealth for your family, tune in to the Brandon, Mr. Finance, the Millionaire Maker show on Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. with host Cleopatra Draper, and hear more from me on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on WVON. Trust and believe the lottery is not the only way to become a millionaire. For your one-on-one appointments, visit BrandonMrFinance.com.
It's the Wake Up Show with the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce on Chicago's essential storyteller, WVON.
Welcome to the Wake Up Show, Chicago.
Rise and shine. It's the Wake Up Show, where every sunrise is a call to action. Powered by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, we are the champions of change, advocating for diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility in the world of corporate and government contracting. It's not just a show, it's a movement. So get ready for another dynamic journey as we wake up the world to a new era of opportunities and empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, President Larry Ivory.
Good morning, everyone, including, of course, Chicago. You know everything is going on in Chicago right now. Lollapalooza, the Black Women's Expo, the upcoming conference is coming with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. But I'm LaDonna Raeh with Raeh Consulting, and I'm a proud member of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. Watch this. Welcome to the Wake Up Show, Chicago. We're here each and every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. It's the hour of power, and it is brought to you and sponsored by Wind Creek Chicago Southland. Yes, we are grateful for our sponsors, grateful to WVON 1690, and you're listening to us on iHeartRadio. And those of you that are on Facebook, please share the show. Drop your comments. We will see them. They are so important to us. And save this number so you can call in. You can call in now, actually. That's 773-591-1690. But before we dive in, I am co-host to two El Capitones, and I say that. So turn that down, Larry. You got to turn that. Okay, there we go. I'm co-host to. Wait, I'm gonna let you get your sound together, Larry. All right, there you go. Just turn down the audio. I am co-host to Mr. Larry Ivory, who is the president and CEO of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce and the chairman of the board of the National Black Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C. And also, we got calling in, not in person today, but Mr. Buddy Love. is also with us this morning. Before we get to our guest, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, LaDonna Raeh.
Good morning. Good morning, Buddy
Hey, hey,
Love.
hey, you know what time it is. It's your main man, Buddy Love, out here on the road. But I said to make sure I still get on here and call for the super producer and Mon Capitone and rock for the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. What's good with you people?
Man, you got it. You got it. Larry, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about last night and what the chamber does. I think when we get together, it is like none other. Last night, tell us about it, Larry.
Well, hey, last night, to our listening audience is that, let's say this. I love what I do in serving black businesses. We think we're serving black businesses, we're serving black people, black communities, and we're also serving America. That's a wonderful mission. But last night, LaDonna, I was proud that we had a chance to hang out with Brian McCoy at the Chicago Sky basketball game.
Also
And
known
we
as
had
Coach
this
Q.
yeah, at Coach Q, and we had a wonderful time in the suite watching the game, close game. Sky didn't win, but they gave us an exciting run for the money. And it was just a great time. We brought a lot of good friends. One of our guests was at the event, and it's really all about us getting together. We've met some of the key people at the Sky game. We also met right next to us. We had Kendra Taylor with Taylor Electric, who was there kicking it also. We had a young lady who won the bronze medal in the sled bobbing contest that was with us also.
Did you say
Amber, we
sled
had a great
bobbing?
time.
Did you say sled bobbing?
Hey
I heard him say sled bobbing.
Man, hey, I don't know what was in Prayer's drink last night, but y'all need to come
Last
off
night
early.
was a long night.
Come off early.
Yeah, it's Bob sledding. I just wanted to
Bob
jump
said.
in.
Land bombing. All right, now new category in the upcoming Olympics.
And we announced that in the upcoming Olympics, so don't worry about the thing, guys.
Well, shout out to everyone that was there. We had a really good time. And you did say we were in the suite. Yes, it was a sweet suite. And we had such a beautiful view. And none other than Mr. Ken Bivens, who is our newest member and who is in the studio with us today, because we want to highlight what he does and what he is, should I say, expecting for the resources that he has for the seniors. And this is very near and dear to us, Larry and Buddy Love, because we want to take care of our babies and we want to take care of our seniors. So we've got Mr. Ken Bivens with Senior Resource Center in with us today.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good
So,
morning.
Morning, morning.
good morning. So I'm definitely looking forward to talking to you guys and sharing what I have and anything I can do for seniors across the state. Just call me up.
Man, I'm gonna call you in a second because my dad is getting discharged today, right? I'm gonna have him drop him off right to you.
Oh boy.
But tell us a little bit about and just to dive in, guys, you can call in at 773-591-1690. Tell us a little bit about your services because you have two companies that are up and running right now, but the one feeds the other.
Exactly.
You have free resources to those that are taking care of seniors and who are seniors themselves. Why don't you give us some background on that?
Okay, great. So basically, the first company, Senior Resource Center, we provide about 30 to 40 services that are free for seniors, and we cover the whole state of Illinois. And the way that Senior Resource Center came about over a decade ago was I was working with a company and I was receiving a lot of calls from seniors around the state say, Ken, can you help me with this? Ken, can you help me with that? And what happened is, as opposed to having them call all of these different places, the Lord gave me the idea to just put it all under one roof. And so I called it Senior Resource Center. And so now seniors, as opposed to calling all of these different agencies, they just call us and we take care of everything for them. There's no charges for it or anything like that, but we set them up with home health services where if they need doctors, nurses, physical therapists, podiatrists coming to the home, all of those things are covered for them through Medicare. If they need a homemaker coming to the home to help with cooking, cleaning, vacuuming, laundry, help them. That's covered through the state. We work with medical equipment and supply companies so they can send them, equipment that they need directly to the home. That's usually covered through Medicare and or Medicaid. And then we also work with VA and veterans, and even the spouses of veterans. A lot of spouses, surviving spouses, don't know that they're eligible or may be eligible for $15,000 to $18,000 a year to receive additional services in the home. So we try to make sure that if there's some services that are out there for seniors, we want to make sure that they get them, that they're not paying out of their pocket, and we just want to help them any way that we can.
I think that a lot of caregivers out there, Larry and Buddy Love, are doing this crash course style.
That's true.
They're, once an elder becomes an elder, before knowing where to start, you're often at the mercy of the doctors and the social workers at the hospitals and the nurse practitioners, and they may not necessarily have that access to the resources readily available to give to you, so you're kind of left to figure it out.
That's true.
And with that being said, when someone calls you, does it turn into more of a care funnel? I want to call it a care funnel saying, listen, Mr. Bivens, I've got an elder at home. He's aging, she's aging, and they have just been diagnosed with X. And now we're on the verge of not knowing where to go from here because they've been in and out of the hospital. Or do you have those types of resources and individuals that are available to kind of guide them through what needs to happen and make it in the best interest of the family?
Yes, we do. And actually, that's what we do primarily. I'm in ministry and I love working with seniors and their families, unfortunately, like you said, fall into situations where it is a crash course because nothing like this has ever happened before. And so all of a sudden, you find yourself where you need all of these different services and you don't know where to start. And so a lot of people start with us. And when they call us, you just tell us what's going on and what you need, and we'll take it from there. So if they've been discharged from a hospital, as you say, so we have doctors and nurses and physical therapists and podiatrists that will
Home
follow up.
visiting doctors?
Yes, home visiting doctors. So they will come to the home and see them. It would either be a visiting doctor or a nurse practitioner that will actually come to the home and take care of them. So the doctors and nurse practitioners will come once a week. The nurses will come once a month. The physical therapists will come according to whatever the doctor says they need. A podiatrist will come. So all of those services will start immediately. Usually, once we receive the information as far as home health, within 24 to 48 hours, you're going to get a call and possibly somebody will actually even be there.
Yeah.
You know,
I was excited to have him on the show, Larry and Buddy Love, because with us having the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, we have individuals that are running, 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 running. They're running their businesses, or their businesses are running them.
that's true.
But they still have families,
Right.
and because they still have families, they're still looked to by the family to take care of those family members, and they may not know where to start. Just because they know how to balance a budget or go out and get grants and sponsorship doesn't mean that they know how to get resources for their aging elders or loved ones, I should say. Larry?
Yeah, LaDonna, well, one of the things that I'll just mention is that, the amount of stress that can be put on a business owner when you have someone that, you love and it means a lot to you. And having to, not only the financial obligation, but the time and energy. And to be able to find a service like this. And that's why I was excited to have them as a member, because I know that as we get older, our parents are getting older also. And we have an obligation to take care of them because they finally brought us in the world and took care of us. And it's really very stressful. So to be able to find a source like this that is credible, that has value added, and I want him to talk about how he selects people because, when you go to nursing homes, sometimes you get treated really bad. How do he make sure that the people that's working for you are as nice as you are, and make sure that they're treating people as well as they can be treated? So I'll pause there.
Okay. That's a very good question, actually. So with there's two companies we have. One is Senior Resource Center, and the other one is Compassionate Angels Home Care. So that question more so falls on the Compassionate Angels Home Care side. We started that actually during the pandemic because we had a lot of seniors who were calling, couldn't get out, couldn't get to their doctors, and they needed someone to come to them. But also, in the midst of all of that, we were hearing horror stories about the caregivers and the type and quality of service that seniors were receiving. Don't have time to go into the horror stories, but just to
We can
say,
only imagine.
yes,
Hmm.
Right.
very, very bad. And so, with that in mind, when we started Compassionate Angels Home Care, we had a specific goal to make sure that the quality was high, but the cost was low. But in order to get the quality high, we had to have experienced CNAs. And so what we started doing is hiring CNAs away from the hospitals, away from the rehab facility, away from the nursing homes. But those that we hire, most of them have 15 to 20 years of experience. So we weren't hiring, and we still to this day don't hire anyone that's younger. Not that we are against them, but we want to make sure that the people that we have on our staff are experienced and that they've seen everything. So if they've been in the field for 15, 20 plus years, then they've seen a lot and they know how to handle a lot. And so part of even our interviewing process, when we're talking to them, we're telling them, even before we hire them, we tell them, treat this our client as if it was your own mother,
Well,
as
that's
if it was your
subjective.
own father.
Okay, just depends.
Okay, well
Well,
that's true,
you
but
know.
but we want them to treat it as if how would you want your own mother or your own father or your own grandmother or grandfather to be treated if you were away, if you
Hmm.
couldn't take care of them. And so with that in mind, we started that from the interview process and on through the training, making sure that they know that this person is part of your family, you're part of their family. Make sure you take care of mama. Make sure you take care of daddy at all costs. And so that's how we kind of make sure that we have people who are trained, who are knowledgeable, and give quality care in the home.
It's kind of like an attorney.
Yeah.
An attorney is
Right.
supposed to represent you as if they were representing themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to jump in there real quick with Ken. Now, with that in mind, what you just was saying, what about those that just definitely just want to take care of their parents themselves? Do you have training courses or something they could get involved with to be better prepared to take care of their loved one?
Okay. So, yes and no and yes. Crazy answer, but I'll explain
Right.
it.
There you go.
Okay. So, I mentioned we have Senior Resource Center, we have Compassion Angels, we have a third company coming on, hopefully within the next 30 days, God's Gentle Touch, where we will have a state contract where we will have our own homemaker agency that we will be able to do all of our own training in house. But until then, what we've done over the past 10 plus years is we work with several companies that are already established, and we work with them, and they have training to make sure that family members and friends and church members can take care of parents. One of the things that a lot of people don't know about is there's a program called Preferred Worker. And with the homemaker agencies, there are some agencies that have a program called Preferred Worker, where as opposed to a stranger coming in to take care of, say, a parent or a grandparent, sometimes they feel more comfortable with somebody that they know, a family member, a friend, a church member. And so, if that's the case, then we set it up where the agency will hire, train, and pay that person for taking care of their own parent or their own grandparent. And so, we do have programs like that. So, we don't have that one in house. We've been referring that out for over a decade to reputable companies, but prayerfully in the next 30 days, we'll be able to do that in house as well. So that's why I say yes, no, yes. So,
Yeah,
Got you.
I went through something similar with my dad prior to discharge. Some of the questions that you should be asking the social worker can be in a fog unless you've gone through it before.
it's true.
And it sounds to me like your resources include that navigation of what to ask for and demand and expect before your loved one is even being discharged back into the home.
Exactly. And that's what we love to do. It's twofold. One, we love to contact the hospital and the medical social workers and everything to make sure that it's a smooth transition. We don't want to wait until they get into the home and find out,
Then it's
oh,
out of their hands.
right.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
late.
And then
Yeah.
the seniors like, oh, especially if they don't have children, because there's also situations like, thank God, like your father has you, but there are some seniors
I
that are
got four
going
brothers
home.
too that need to be
Okay.
stepping in. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but there are some seniors who go home and have no one.
Hmm.
They don't have children, or their children are in a whole other state, or they're not caring at all. And so we want to make sure that everything is set up before they leave the hospital, if possible, because it's easy to forget that, oh, I can't walk as far as I used to, and now I
Hmm.
can't even make it to the bathroom,
Hmm.
or how am I going to stand up long enough to cook myself a meal, or how am I going to be able to do X, Y, and Z, things that you took for granted before you went into the hospital that you can't do now. And so we want to make sure that the transition is as smooth as possible. And so if we can talk to the hospital and the medical social workers, we can get everything set up. Truth be told, there's a lot of medical social workers that actually call us because they don't know all of the resources that are out there. And so we try to make sure that the family knows, that the seniors know, the medical social workers know that there are services that are out there for seniors and for people who are being discharged from the hospitals and nursing homes and rehab facilities. That's one side of it. But then the other side is we try to make sure that, if at all possible, let's try to get them some services in the home so they don't even have to go to the hospitals and nursing homes. Because unfortunately, when a lot of seniors get into nursing homes, truth is they don't last long, because of the
Mm.
care.
Hmm. And they
What?
take all their money, don't they?
Oh
if
yes,
you have, if you own any property, they
they're
take
taking
that.
it.
They take your, so they take all of your money. And some people are, they may get in the ear of the family and say, well, we take care of everything else, so they don't really need more than $600 a month.
Oh, that's
But
about 60.
oh,
$60
60.
a month.
Somebody added an extra zero when
Yeah.
they talk to me. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So
So,
it's.
Ken, let
Oh,
me
go
ask
ahead.
this other question real quick, Ken.
Hmm.
Is that just based upon your experience, at, does the African American community readily understand all the benefits that they have that's in comparison to our counterparts? Because you and I've had some brief conversations about the lack of awareness in terms of this. Is this common as a rule of thumb?
Yes, unfortunately, our people don't know about all of the resources and services that are out there. And, the Bible says, our people perish because of lack of knowledge, or my people. But unfortunately, I get calls from, once again, all around the state, and the other races, they call me, and I don't know how they hear about me. Like, they can, I need help with this. My mom needs this, or my dad needs that. I get calls from everywhere, but our people, for some reason, don't know about these services. And there's so many misconceptions and hearsay and rumors going around about what you can't do and what you can't have and all of this. And unfortunately, that gets
We play telephone.
right.
Yeah,
you
somebody
know,
tells somebody and it gets misconceived, and or should I say perceived incorrectly. That word
yeah.
didn't even sound right. But we play telephone.
Right.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that telephone system has gone on for decades and decades. And so what typically happens is somebody thinks that they can't get services because, oh, you make too much money. They don't know how much that person make. It could have been a situation for them, but it also could have been one specific service. And I'll keep this short, but for home health services, like for the doctors, nurses, physical therapists, podiatrists coming to the home, there's no income requirement or anything. In order to be eligible for that, if Medicare is your primary, if you have that red, white, and blue card, if that's your primary and you take one medication, you qualify.
But what about Medicare versus Medicare Advantage?
Okay, so let me get into that one moment.
Okay.
So for just so I'm clear on that, so there's a lot of people who have Medicare as their primary, and they take one medication. If that's the case, you qualify and you can have services within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so if someone has Medicare Advantage, there are companies, home health companies. Some accept it, some do not. So the way and the reason that that's set up that way is because for some reason Medicare, when they have an Advantage plan or HMO plan, Medicare does not want to pay for a lot of services when you have an HMO in place. When you have a PPO or when you have straight Medicare, they'll cover things. But when you have the HMO, Medicare itself, the federal government doesn't want to pay for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
services. And so it blocks a lot of
Sounds like
services that you
Medicare
have.
disadvantage to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know, you know, s- before I was talking to someone, I said, when you have Medicare and or the PPO, it's like having the Cadillac versus the Pinto,
Yeah.
and so they don't want to give you a lot of services when you have the HMO, but
And to your point, I got a phone call once about my dad, and they gave me they went on to tell me what he couldn't do and get, and they said because he has HMO, and I said, no, he doesn't. He has PPO. You should have heard the paper shuffling in the background. Oh wait, I must have missed something. The
right,
whole conversation changed.
right,
But this is like the haves and the have-nots.
exactly.
This is unfair to our community.
Exactly. And it's unfortunate. And, that's for the home health side. But then once again, when you get into the homemaker side, like when you need somebody to cook and clean and help you in the home, that doesn't deal with Medicare or anything like that. If they're 59 and a half or over, so I usually just say if you're 60 and over, and your income for the state, for the guideline for the free services, if your income is below 1,400 a month, then you qualify for free services. So if you're 60 and above and your Social Security or pension is below that amount, then the state will actually, through the Department of Age and Catholic Charity, State of Illinois, and we do all of that for them, they will pay for services for you. When your income is over that amount, once again, has nothing to do with Medicare or Medicaid or anything like that. But if your income is over that amount, then the state will not pay for free services. But then that's where Compassionate Angels come into play. So for Compassionate Angels, that's private duty nursing. There is a cost, but we've kept our costs as low as possible compared to others in the state. And so we try to make sure that you're still, once again, going to get quality care, but you're not going to be paying what a lot of agencies charge in the state.
Yeah. Uh, Larry, I want to ask Ken some personal questions. Are you okay with that? Well, watch this. What?
Personal questions.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know if I'm okay with that. That's not that doesn't give me a heads up.
I know
Personal questions.
there is no heads up here.
Hey,
The,
hey, Harry, I think we need AI for right now. We need AI.
We need censorship or something here.
Censorship.
well, I want to
Personal
get into the
questions here.
business. I want to get into the business of his money. Your
Okay.
service doesn't charge the client. It almost sounds too good to be true, but how does that work financially with the business model? What kind of business model do you have to even sustain all of these resources, being able to help so many people, and you're not charging a dime?
Okay. So once again, we have two companies, Senior Resource Center and Compassionate Angels Home Care. So Senior Resource Center, which is the side that charges nothing. So once again, with Senior Resource Center, that's the home health services, homemaker services, medical equipment and supplies, working with the VA and all of that. So I have staff on board that have the heart the same way that I do because I started this, like I said, over a decade ago. And so they all are geared towards just helping seniors.
Mm,
So there's once again we don't get paid by all of these different
right.
agencies. So we refer a lot of business out. So basically, look at Senior Resource Center as a resource center and a referral source.
Period.
Right. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we know who to go to and where to go to, because a lot of times we skip, like, just call this number, just call. We can go directly to the owner of a lot of companies,
Mm-hmm.
and we can say, "This is going on with this person. We need you to help them with X, Y, and Z." And so, because we're a resource center, we can do that. But because our heart is where we got to help seniors, and a lot of seniors don't have a lot of money. They're on a fixed income, so our staff knows that, and so that's the side that we work on that's free. Don't charge anything because all we're doing is just connecting the seniors and their family to the agencies that can take care of things for them. On the Compassionate Angel side, That's the side that because it's private duty nursing and it's an out of pocket expense, so that side can actually also pay our staff as well. And so there's two separate companies, but anything that we can do for free for the
One
seniors.
funds the other, but they're all intertwined and they work together.
Exactly.
I get it now. And
Okay.
you did look, you heard him say once again, so he must have mentioned that earlier. So I missed it.
Okay.
Once again, I got that.
Okay.
Let's move on to the conference that's coming up with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. That's happening September 9th through the 11th at Wind Creek, Chicago Southland, which is the casino out in Homewood. You mentioned that it's just 5 minutes away from where you are initially. So, Larry, buddy, we're really excited to have Ken on board with the chamber as a member, and now he's going to get inundated with all of these invitations to opportunities like the conference, like
Love it.
Lobby Day, and like everything else that we have coming up.
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit about how something like your business, having all of these resources and all of our listening audience, first of all, we want to give them a phone number to give you a call. Is that okay, Larry? I need to give them some
Yep,
information on Ken.
yep, go right ahead. Go
Yeah,
right
give
ahead.
them, how do
Without
they
Okay.
get in touch with you so that
Okay.
they know how to get these resources?
Okay. So for the senior resource, they can call 312-535-7375. Once again, that's 312-535-7375. So they can call the Senior Resource Center and just tell us what you need. Also, please put a plug in for LaDonna Raeh and Larry Ivory. Just let them know that you heard about it on BON, and we want to make sure that they know how impactful and how helpful that they are. And so just let our staff know that you heard it on BON. But if you call that number, once again, 312-535-7375, we'll take care of everything from there. You tell us what you need, what's going on, and you can rest assured that anything and everything that we can do, we're going to do it. I know someone on my staff, she said, no, that sometimes they think you're Superman. You have a cape on because they're asking for everything. Can you get squirrels out of my attic? We get calls for everything. you know, no, no, I can't, but let me make a call.
Well, yeah, I guess you can help
So
out in that aspect.
so we make sure that we can, if anything we can do, and it's not going to cost you money, let's do it. So we definitely do that.
That's
So
right.
so just call that number, and we'll help any way that we can.
All right, cool. So watch this. We got the conference coming up, guys. I hope those of you that have gone to ilbcc.org and registered, because guess what? The price is not yesterday's price is not today's price. That's right. It's still at I think 310. Larry, I do apologize. I'm gonna raise the price in about a week. Okay. I'm gonna do some things this
No,
weekend.
Wednesday officially it goes
Wednesday?
up
Okay, all right. I got
Wednesday.
till Wednesday.
So you got Monday, Tuesday, and this weekend
Yeah.
to get registered. If not, it goes up to and really the 375. When you take a look at the conference and all the things that we're offering, is pretty significant in terms of just the content, the talent, the resources. It's an incredible conference. We designed this conference for Black businesses, and we're excited about that.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that everybody understands you're listening to the Wake Up Show Chicago, sponsored by Wind Creek, Chicago Southland, and brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. We're here each and every Saturday at 9 a.m. The other thing is, we'll go to ilbcc.org so that you can register for the conference. Look for 2025 conference, and that will walk you through getting registered. It's so easy. It's so simple. You just click, click, boom, you're already there. And we will get notification that you're coming, and we will have your badge ready so that you can make entry. There's going to be how many matchmaking companies, Larry?
But Donna, we will have over 35 companies who will be matchmaking for you to do business. And we will also be doing some virtual matchmaking at the same time. So it's going to be really something unique. And what we're doing different than the normal matchmaking session when you spend 3 minutes and then you go to the next, or 5 minutes, you go to the next person. This is a 20-minute conversation to a half an hour where you really sit down and talk to them about your capacity, who you are, what you do, and you get a chance to interact with them on where the opportunities are. We're going to be sending people's capability statements ahead of time. So companies going to be selecting you to say, hey, look, we need this. Can we talk to this person, Larry? Can we talk to that person? Can we talk to that marketing company? Can we talk to that landscaping company? It's going to be a phenomenal time to really expand your footprint and make some money because in business, you're there to make money and be profitable. So you can do all the things that money provides you in America. No money, no mission. And we always say it on the radio show.
No money, no honey.
Hey, look, I was not gonna go there because it'd be a whole thing. Buddy Love said.
That's what we say, buddy. Right? So let's
right. That's right.
Yeah.
but really, the matchmaking session is going to come out. Get registered. Send your capability statement in. But if you're not registered, you can't come to matchmaking. So you got to get registered in order to be in front of those companies, from major universities to major corporations, to major agencies. All of them are there and looking for opportunities to business with African American firms.
Larry, that sounds too big. That sounds too big. If I got this little bitty business that I just started, or I've got a business that's kind of been stagnant for the past, 25 years, how would I even think about going before a corporation like the Illinois State University or NICOR, or, how would I even be qualified to talk to these 35 or any of these 35 companies?
Well, the beauty of the conference has so many things that you're going to benefit from, not just the matchmaking, which is phenomenal, and being around other entrepreneurs. Because if you're a small engineering firm, you may want to be around some of the biggest and baddest Black engineering firms in the country, and being able to network with them. So if you're a small company, there are plenty of things that you can do when you bring to, because a lot of times, like the University of Illinois with Will Cowles, they have small opportunities in communities for you to do business with, and they focus on that as a part of their overall game plan strategy. Dale Morrison is a leader of that group in the University of Illinois, but you're going to have a lot of that happening. So don't set your expectation because I'm small, because a lot of companies were small before they became big.
Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure that everybody knows that they can register on ILBCC.org. There's over 35 major people out there for matchmaking. They're in the healthcare space, transportation space, energy, IT, marketing, and more. So make sure that we are available. That we know what your capability statement is. And if you don't have one, Larry, you just told me that we can help them create one. So again, you can go to ilbcc.org, register, and then you can send us an email at info@ilbcc.org if you need more resources. I got that word from Mr. Ken Bivens here. Matchmaking like never before. This is not speed networking, guys. It's not like, okay. I'm LaDonna Raeh, and your session is over. No, you get a little bit of time with these people, and the more prepared you are, the more presentable you are. There are powerful panels and trainings from AI. I'm excited about the AI panel, Larry, because we will be talking. I'll be moderating that, by the way, but we'll be talking to people like we got Jason Easterly, Sherman Wright, and more. And what we're doing is we're telling you, or talking to you, the audience that's there at the conference, registered, paid, by the way. And we're telling you how AI can work for you in your business. You can't AI how to AI. You got to come and listen to people talk about real world ways to use AI. I use it all the time. Okay, it's like I can't tell you all the places that I use it, but I do use it quite frequently. I've written bots. I've created automation. I've used it for social media management. And there's so many other things that you can use it for. HeyGen, you can do all kinds of things. You can clone yourself. Now, if you want to know how to do all of those things, you got to go to ilbcc.org and get registered. And we're telling you how to use it as Black people. What you see online is what you see, but we know how to use it based on our challenges.
Hey, Buddy Love, let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
we know what you do, but we want you to tell us what you. But tell us, why is the chamber important to you, and what it's done to help you expand your brand as a rule of thumb?
Hey, listen, it's just like you were saying earlier. You can't think small. You got to step in the room and put your big boy pants on, and act like you're supposed to be there. So, once I figured out the roadmap and the game plan, there was just a plethora. Oh, you heard that one, LaDonna?
I did.
A plethora
Yeah,
of
I use that all the
opportunities.
time. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You heard that was a plethora of opportunities to deal with businesses that can really understand your capabilities and what you can bring to the table. By myself being in the alcohol spirits industry, I always look for opportunities to deal with casinos or hospitality as far as hotels that have a bar on premise. And not being a part of the chamber and having an opportunity to step in front of these people to say, hey, I want to come at this at a different angle. It's just been a tremendous stage for me to put the brand in front of people that I wouldn't have honestly gotten the opportunity to be in front of if I wasn't a part of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. So, you got to come on now. You better punch your ticket. And if you don't punch your ticket, then that's on you. Because I know LaDonna got her big pants on. I got my big pants on. And that's not just because I'm a big fella either. And
I was going to say that. Yeah.
We got to do work. We got to do work. It got to tight. I really want to loosen the belt up a little bit. But we make it work.
but Buddy Love, you have gotten placement for your vodka, your Copon vodka through the chamber. I want to talk about that so that people understand that this really does happen. And we have a plethora of examples for individuals that have actually gained benefits from being part of the chamber. I'm on WVON because of the chamber. I don't know if you all knew that. You know what I'm saying? Monday through Thursday because of the chamber. But Buddy, tell us about your placement opportunities.
Hey, there you go. Right where you're going to be for this convention on September the 9th through the 11th. Wink Creek Casino. Going right on up to the bar, ask for Copon vodka. Either in that silver or that black, and they would carry it. So, but like I said,
you can't drink. We require at the chamber. At the chamber, you can only drink Copon vodka at the convention.
That's it. You're gonna have to pay double membership because I wasn't gonna say we're gonna kick you out. We just gonna need double from you.
And you might just give it up. I still don't know what happened that night that I had a double shot. I just don't remember. But no, it's smooth. Yeah, it's smooth, and I'm very proud of you, Buddy Love. Very proud of you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So even with that, even with other members like SLG Innovations, we got a big fight taking place. If it wasn't for being a part of the chamber and being in this mix, I've been boots on the ground for Mr. Kenny Sims Jr., who's going to be representing tonight for his hometown, this city of Chicago, fighting Duarte at the Civic Center. And whoever wins this, they go on to fight for the championship belt. So we've been a boots on the ground. We were doing a lot of press conferences the last couple of days. We did the weigh-in right downtown at the Daily Center outside, putting on a show. And the chamber was in the mix. We right there representing, helping this young brother expand his brand, and this wouldn't have taken place if it wasn't for Black people doing Black things on a Black stage. And the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce was there rocking the bells. That's my reference to LL Cool J.
Hey, Buddy Love, I just want people to know that we have a lot of people who got ringside seats. I got a ringside. I'm going to be right there. And we got a lot of our friends who are going to be at ringside seats and in the audience to be a part of history in terms of such a young brother from Inglewood, Chicago, who's going to be fighting, and we wish him the very best. And our main man, Ed Burns with SLG, that's his nephew. We couldn't be prouder, man. So, this is why I love the chamber. We are in such a unique position to open doors And I can tell you every day people run into issues with government, with organizations, and they call us. And because we have the relationships, we're able to mitigate problems, resolve issues, whether it be with major construction companies where they haven't paid you. We open doors that's been shut. And because we are well respected and we have a strong black media, one of the parts that I'm excited about is talking about black media and the role they play. We need to strengthen black media, and black media needs to strengthen us. Because when you're able to say, guess what? We got about 12 black media partners, radio, TV, and newspaper, and you ain't doing your job, we're going to blow you up. See, it helps people to understand the magnitude of not just disrespecting black business. And that's what we're an advocate for. We're there to make sure that you get treated fairly. And we mean fairly. We don't mean that when you do something really bad that we're going to come in and fix the problem. But when you do the right things and people try to undermine you or not pay you or do what they do, our job is to step in and try to make it right. And we do that all the time. This conference is for you. You owe it to yourself to get to the conference and enjoy what we put together. And I couldn't be prouder of the content. We got people coming from overseas, people who are in the Gulf. I mean, this is going to be an incredible conference. You don't want to miss it. And for the price that you're offering, like people say, a conference like this would normally cost you a lot more money, and we're fundamentally giving away the conference. But we want you there because we don't mind giving something away when it helps black businesses to grow and sustain themselves. That's what I'm excited about.
Well, I have a question for the audience. If you had 20 minutes in front of a Fortune 500 company, what would you pitch? Call 773-591-1690. 20 minutes in front of a Fortune 500 company, what would you pitch to them? And what do you think they would say? I'd love to hear from you guys. Chicago, call in 773-591-1690.
I just wanted to add, what would you pay to get in front of a Fortune 500 company?
Man,
What
there
you're
you
paying
go. There you go.
is pennies compared to that.
Nice,
There you
nice.
go.
So already
There you
we've got
go.
some people calling in asking us to repeat the information for the conference, your phone number, and how to get registered. So I'm going to start with your phone number, Ken,
Okay.
for your
Senior
business.
Resource
That's
Center.
right, for Senior Resource Center. Go ahead, give them the
Okay.
number.
The number for Senior Resource Center is 312-535-7375. Once again, that's 312-535-7375.
All right. Now, if you want to get registered for the conference, make sure you go to ilbcc.org and hit menu or conference. It's right there on the homepage and register for the 2025 conference. And the phone number to the chamber is area code 309-740-4430. And if you want to email us, if you need help getting that capability statement together, or your presentation together, or your elevator pitch together, you can send an email to info@ilbcc.org. That's ilbcc.org.
Hey, Donna, let me
Yes.
mention this. We're going to have people, I just want to mention some of the highlights. We're going to have people like the new director of the Chicago Department of Aviation. We've invited the Secretary of Transportation that does all the highway construction. We got the Capital Development Board. They call her CJ, as she's a leader, an African American female who's a leader of the Capital Development Board that does all the vertical construction in the state of Illinois. You got the CTA that we've invited that will be a participant. We got so many major players that are coming there who control billions of dollars, and they're looking to expand the diversity spend. In spite of everything going on in Washington, Illinois is still committed to equity and inclusion, and they haven't stopped. So congratulations to the great state of Illinois for standing up and making sure that diversity, equity, inclusion is not just something that's a moral imperative, but it makes good business sense at the same time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So in closing, I know we have about 6 minutes Buddy, I'm just again a whirlwind of this boxing match. I don't I watch boxing, but I usually go to the events for the food. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I I'm a mother of four boys, and I know boxing takes a lot of discipline. And I'm gonna ask you this on the spot: how would you equate boxing and the discipline of boxing to the discipline of being a business owner?
Man, you know what? It has all the elements. You have a trainer, you know, you have sparring partners, you have people that are in your corner. So when you look at that in a business sense, all of these people are there to function on your behalf to help you to be better at what you do. So in business sense, you want a mentor. You want someone that's an expert in some of the things you want to achieve. So especially like a small business, that's what you should actually set your sights on. And that's what the Illinois State Black Chamber brings. They bring on experts that can help you to be prepared to get in front of these people and these big corporations to do business. You know, first getting there, hey, I had the gift of gab, but not the right gab to get in front of the people, right? But now, as time went on, getting with Dr. Larry Ivory and my mentor, Ed Burns, now I get in the room and it's like ballet. It's like watching a straight concerto section, getting it in, because now I know how to operate in these rooms. And I got, you know, if you're familiar with the movie The Last Dragon, I got that glow. So I walk in and get it done now, you know, and that's all a part of what being with the chamber does. It gives you your superpower. And that's what it is when I see a fighter like Kenny Sims Jr. and he's prepping. I see his team working on the outside while he's got his game face on, ready to destroy his partner in front of him. That's the same way you should be with business. Get with your team. Make sure you got all the tools in your kit and go get it because it's there. There's nothing blocking you. It's there.
Yeah.
Be the championship fighter, the championship business. And we have a bunch of championship business who have been in the ring fighting, and they got a title shot, and they are champions, you know, from infrastructure engineering to SLG to Ardmore Roderick Group. The list goes on and on of different companies who are doing incredible business all across the world. I mean, it's phenomenal. IDD Architect, with Ben McMillan, Charles Harrell. I mean, there's so many great companies, man, that we get a chance to be a part of. And I'm excited for everybody because I think this is an opportunity. If ever there's a time for us to, and I just want to emphasize, getting the name of the conference is leveraging each other for growth. And that's what AI does. And that's why AI is you're leveraging technology to improve your performance, your productivity, your profitability. You're leveraging your people around you so you can get the best out of them because you got a lot of people that sometimes you haven't even leveraged their contacts. We got to leverage everything we got to compete in this market and win the championship.
Yeah. We've got to stop running to the places that weren't built with us in mind. And that goes without saying, especially in this climate. I know we say, especially in this climate, especially nowadays, but really for real, in this climate, if it wasn't built for us, we have to rebuild for us. And that's important. Family, this is your chance to show up in a room that was built by us and for us. And Larry, you say that all the time, a room where the tables weren't just flipped, they were reclaimed. And that is the whole point of being a part of this conference that's coming up. Membership.
But one of those quick things about it, I want to give a shout out because sometimes business is challenging, but we have companies that we should support that comes and when it comes to collecting debt. Mintex, Jesse Thomas is a great member of the chamber, has a great company. If you know all the people, political officials out there, here's a great guy. We advocate for him. Make sure you're doing business with Jesse Thomas Mintex. That's my shout out to Jesse.
Mintex, that's MENTX?
That's it, LaDonna.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. And I was in the room with Jesse Thomas when we went to Lobby Day earlier this year. Boy, he made my skin just bubble because he hit the nail on the head when he talked about the topic that he brought to the attention of the agency to keep them accountable. So I'm loving me some Jesse Thompson, or Thomas rather. All right. Well, we're at our final minute, guys. I really want to ask you to close us out, Larry, because at 10 o'clock we have to get ready for next week's show, and we have to get ready for the fight. So let's tell
Right.
everybody what we need them to hear.
Well, all that we need to say to you guys, spread the word. Let's make this conference rock. We're going to have some great entertainment. Let people know about the conference. Come to the conference, get registered, get your hotel rooms, get prepared to come and change your life. This is a life-changing conference. Believe me, if you come, you're going to get something good is going to happen to you. Like to say, if you come to this event, something good is going to happen to you.
All right. Well, you know what time it is, guys. A huge thank you to Ken Bivens from Senior Resource Center for dropping some serious knowledge today. I know everybody's looking at their Medicare to see if they got an advantage or disadvantage, but that's just me talking, okay? Listen, this conversation wasn't just about elder care. It was about business care. It was about, look, Jesse sent me a text. He said, spell it right. It's MINTEX Incorporated. Thank you, Jesse. But we want to thank you guys for listening. It was about you, everyone that is at the sound of our voices. Buddy Love, Dr. Larry Ivory, Ken Bivens, and myself. I want to say thank you for listening, but also get on that website. It's ilbcc.org and think about becoming a member. If you're not going to make it to the conference, I'm not going to shame you. I'm going to just say, listen, it's important to be there, but it's even more important to be a member. Go to ilbcc.org, look at the membership benefits and opportunities and options, and we'll see you at the next go round. Next Saturday, 9 a.m., we'll see you on WVON 1690, and I'll see you on Monday on the afternoon show. Bye-bye for now.
Illuminate the path towards a more inclusive tomorrow. Follow us across the socials at The Wake Up Show Chicago. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It's The Wake Up Show every Saturday morning at 9, where change begins with every sunrise.
Welcome to the Wake Up Show Chicago.
That's the end?
The Black Women's Expo is back, celebrating 30 years of excellence. Friday, August 1st through Sunday, August 3rd at McCormick Place. Experience 3 days of Black excellence, empowerment, and community. Friday, Groove with Raheem Devon. Saturday, enjoy live musical tributes to past legends. And Sunday, hear from Emmy-winning talk show host Tamron Hall and gospel icon Marvin Sapp. Powerful panels on entrepreneurship, health, wealth, DEI, and the must-see Where Do We Go From Here Town Hall, featuring Roland Martin, Jotaka Edie, and Janae Nelson. Shop Black-owned businesses, and don't miss the Kids Corner for ages 3 to 8. Get half-price tickets at Walgreens. Sponsored in part by U Chicago Medicine, Fifth Third Bank, Viv Healthcare, ComEd, Discover Illinois Lottery, V103, and Inspiration 1390. Come where we are all celebrated. The Black Women's Expo, August 1st through 3rd. Visit BEWNext.com for more info.
Get ready, Chicago. The Rainbow Push Coalition invites you to the Back to School Block Party on Saturday, August 23rd from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 930 East 50th Street. Bring your family for a day of fun with bouncy houses, DJ performances, and a Divine 9-Step show. Enjoy our barbecue cookout, school supply giveaways, health resources, and panels on education and youth safety. The Back to School Block Party on Saturday, August 23rd at Rainbow Push Headquarters, 930 East 50th Street. Let's prepare our kids for a bright school year. Visit rainbowpush.org for details. Don't miss it.
It's Rainbow Push's Saturday Morning Forum on Chicago's essential storyteller, WVON.
Let her rejoicing by. I gather leaves
you would remain standing for our invocation this morning, shared to us by the Reverend Bobby Lewis.
Amen. If we could bow our heads, let us pray. God of our ancestors and God of the right now, God of our mothers and fathers, God of Harriet's Hush and Martin's March, God of Sojourner's Truth and Malcolm's Fire, we come before you with grateful hearts, standing on the shoulders of those who fought, prayed, and bled so that we might gather freely in purpose and in power. We honor the legacy of those who come before us, and we give you thanks for the visionary leadership of the Reverend Jesse Jackson, whose faith became a movement and whose voice became a bridge from despair to hope. Bless him, strengthen him, surround him, and sustain him. We lift up Yusef Jackson and ask that you would guide his leadership with courage and compassion. Give him vision to see what others miss, strength to stand when others fold, and wisdom to lead in love and justice. But Lord, as we meet this morning, we do not gather in blind brokenness around us. We lift up the suffering in Gaza, where children cry for bread, and as bombs continue to fall. We remember those in war-torn lands in the Sudan, in Ukraine, and in Congo, where peace is a prayer and survival is just a struggle. Right here in America, God, where hatred hides in policy, where poverty persists in silence, where justice is too often delayed, we need your hand. Let this forum be a place of transformation, God. Stir in us holy urgency to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly in you. We pray. Amen. 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 Brothers and sisters, you may be seated. I've got a few announcements for us this morning, places where you will want to engage with us as we move out into the next months. One thing that I want to encourage you to do is make Saturday morning part of your weekly rhythm. Saturday morning forum should be on everyone's calendar, and make that part of your weekly rhythm. There's always a seat here for you and always a role for you in the movement. Amen. Amen. On this Wednesday night, on August 6th, we have a volunteer meeting. So if you would like to be a volunteer, and each and every one of you, we want you to be a volunteer, you can sign up downstairs in the lobby. On August 9th, we'll be participating in the Bud Billiken Parade, the largest Black parade, African-American parade in the country. We'll have a trolley car, and we're asking all of our children who were involved with Rainbow Push over the summer through our engineering program, One Summer Chicago, and our Oratorical Society to join us. And if you would like to be a part of that, you can sign up downstairs as well. And on August 23rd, we have our back to school block party, everybody. Come on, somebody. Live music. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. We'll have live music performances, bouncy houses, rock climbing.